Hi, welcome back to the channel. This week we're going to create some forest atmos, and specifically those dark, haunted screams. Now I've just spent the last couple hours going through my sample packs trying to find one I like, and I'm really not getting anywhere. So rather than waste even more time, let's create one. And I've not really shown MiniBrute V much love recently, so let's give that a shot. So here it is on screen. Let's create a new preset, an init patch essentially. And like all good patches, it's actually very simple to make. So the first thing we want to do, if we go to the oscillator section here, we currently have the triangle up, which sounds like that. And let's just play with the filter because it's an awesome sounding filter. Love that. But instead of using that, we're going to turn it down. And we're going to get the MiniBrute to self-oscillate using this awesome filter. And just to reiterate there, you can see that all the oscillators are down. If we turn resonance down also, and I'm pressing a key, even though you can't hear anything, and there's no sound coming out of the synth, obviously because the oscillators are down. However, if we turn the resonance up, the synth will then self-oscillate, and it essentially generates a sine wave. So now you can hear the cutoff and the resonance is causing that sine, that very high-pitched sine. Now let's move over to the brute factor, which is an awesome overdrive distortion. Turn that up. We can really add some balls to it. Let's change this to a bandpass. And one tip when you're using self-oscillation, turn the level right down, because it is very possible that you might blow your speakers. And your ears for that matter. Because if you can hear that, I think only my dog is hearing that right now. Now the next thing we want to do, we want to add a bit of pitch modulation to that. But if I hold down a note, let's just turn this cutoff down so it's not as bright and annoying. And if we adjust the pitch dial, nothing is happening. And that's obviously because there's no oscillators running, so there's nothing for it to pitch. However, if we turn the keyboard tracking up, let's put it at 100%, and then we adjust the pitch wheel, you can just about hear something, but let's turn the bend range up. Let's just go to 12, just so you can hear it. So now we get the pitch that we want. Let's add some unison in there. Let's just turn the level down once again, and we're going to turn this resonance back up. Now let's go to our effects section, and we have these two already on as part of the defaults. Let's go to the third one, and we're going to add a reverb. On the presets, let's choose Cathedral, and we'll turn the wet all the way up. So it's 100% wet, i.e. there's no dry signal at all. And now you can hear we're basically very close to there. And this is essentially what it's going to sound like. Let's turn that bend range down a bit. I think maybe let's go with only 3. I think that will work. Let's just try some of the filter modes here. Low pass and high pass I know won't work because we want basically a mid-range kind of sound. But let's try notch. I think notch is actually working better. It's actually a bit more mid, if that makes sense. Let's now go to effect 2, and here let's choose pitch shifting delay. Feedback up. Let's turn the time to just basically milliseconds. Let's turn the pitch shift up to, let's go with 12 for now. And then we'll do some automation on this time. Not much, just needs to be just a fraction. You just want just a tiny bit of modulation going into the reverb. So let's go to here, let's expand this out. We can click on record. Obviously the way you do it in your own DAW is different, but the concept is the same. So we want to do right. And then we'll loop this section, and while this is playing back, we will adjust this dial. That will do for now. Now let's do the most important one, and this is one thing I really don't like on Cubase, is the way you do the pitch bend here. You need to go in to the clip itself. There's not an automation lane. I was once explained why that is, but I still don't like it. So let's draw a curve here. Let's go all the way from there down to the bottom. And it doesn't matter this curve, it doesn't matter how steep this is, because we're determining the depth by the bend range here. So I'm just going to demonstrate that. Let's put it all the way back to 12. And then we'll play this back. We can turn off right for the moment. So you can hear it go all the way down, 12 semitones. But let's put that back to where we had it. I think the MIDI I want to move over a bit. I'm going to do that just by moving this clip over, just so the pitch shift does the same. And obviously we need some context for that. I think it's coming in a little bit too abruptly. So let's turn the pre-delay up. Don't forget this is 100% wet. So the pre-delay is basically just determining when this is going to be audible. Almost there. Let's turn on right again, and we're going to adjust the cutoff now. I think that needs to have some modulation also. Once again, not much. So we're going now from 300 Hertz to the end here to 201. Let's see how that sounds. So not a huge dip, but it's in obviously the lower mid range. Almost there. I think maybe there's a bit too much pitch modulation. Let's experiment. Let's turn it just down to 2. Yeah, I think 2. Now let's hear this in context. Let's start around here. There we go. Maybe just a bit of fine tuning required on the automation, but conceptually, that's how you do it. So thanks for watching. I hope that helped, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.